Okay. You are on camera. Twins, y'all. Twins.
And we just
Alright, y'all, so today I'll be doing Devin's hair in a style that we always do all the time. Lately we've been doing kind of like box braids, but of course not with the added hair. You want added hair today? Okay. He does have type 4 hair. I don't care about the ABCs of type 4 because I don't want y'all complaining in the comments. So anyways, he has type 4 hair, extremely dense, extremely low porosity. So right now what we're going to do to prep it is shampoo, condition, and we're going to blow it out very gently on low heat. Make sure that his curls are protected. His hair is damp. I'm actually going to use the Design Essentials Bamboo and Silk Leave-In Conditioner. I'm also going to use the Design Essentials Silk Elements as well, and this is going to also serve as a heat protector because it has 17 amino acids in it, and it actually penetrates through the cuticle of the hair to protect it. It does.
You hit that P kind of hard though. All right.
Okay. So so it does have silicone in it, and that is what we need for this. So I'm going to make sure that I blow dry his hair in sections because we have more control like that. Alright, so I'm going to subsection within those sections. Work in smaller sections because we don't want to put any extra tension on the hair by grabbing too much of it at one time. You want to make sure that you use a nozzle because you can control it more and move down the hair and smooth it out. And prior to blow drying, you always want to be able to detangle it. So I'm going to start from the ends and then move our way up. I'm being a little bit more instructional in this video because I find that these little tips and tricks do help people. So I'm going to be using the tension method first, and then I'm going to take a brush, and that's because we want to keep breakage at bay. So I'm going to try to use as much tension as I can to get the hair as straight as possible before I move on with the brush. And I'm using a low heat setting but high speed. So I think we can move on to a brush because we can actually move our brush through it. That's what you want to make sure of, so that there's no extra tension on the hair. So I'm going to start, I'm going to use a big paddle brush so that I can just move down the strands of his hair. Alright, so I think that's pretty straight, especially since we're going to be using a product that's going to reactivate his curls somewhat because it does contain water. So I don't want to get it bone straight. I really don't care about that. But the main reason why we're actually straightening it, sometimes we do it curly, but the reason why is because he wants them to hang a lot longer. So this is going to give him a longer look and it's going to move a lot more fluidly. So I'm just going to repeat those sections all throughout his hair, just the same way as I did this one, and we will be back whenever it's done. Look at this. We got some length, okay? Not lint, length. Don't say it, Devin. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pre-section his hair. That way we have more of a predictable outcome. I'm just doing regular, nothing special, regular individual braids, as you might say, and it's gonna be a bricklay pattern. Okay, so I'm just gonna start right in the center. So I'm using a pintail comb, the end of one. You can use whatever you like. I find pintail combs are pretty accurate and make neater parts. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make a middle.
Medea.
Because I was gonna say center, but then my mind switched to middle, so I came out with middle. Look down to make sure. Nope, that bitch slanted, boy. You see that?
That bitch slanted. That bitch threw a curveball.
Be easy. easy on me, okay? I have low blood sugar right now. I'm hungry. Alright, so we got the middle part. Just the tip, it's easier to get a straighter part if you work in smaller sections. You have more control. And then I'm gonna go ahead and split that side section in half from ear to ear. So now that we have the hair sectioned in 4, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Sunny Owl Jamaican Black Castor Oil Pure Butter. I'm gonna use this to oil his scalp, and this is really good to stimulate growth. It also helps with dry hair and also dry scalp. This is also gonna kind of lay the hair down because it is a thick butter, and I'm probably gonna use this to style the hair as well. It just depends on how it's acting with the other product. So now I'm gonna go ahead and split this section in half and try to get it as neat and even as possible. This is not a parting tutorial, by the way. I'm just showing you how I map it out in my head, because I'm not the straightest parter in the world. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. We have 4 sections. We have 2 in the front, okay, within that first section, and then 2 in the back within that second section in the back. So I'm gonna go ahead and section those 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna be working in this 4th section. So I kind of want to like have in mind about how many sections I'm going to have, or how many braids I'm going to have within each section. So it just depends on how big you want them. I'm going to part this in half and see if I want to just do 2 here. So it looks like I'm going to do 2 here, and then I'm probably going to measure with my comb about just how much I want in this section. So I'm probably going to do 3 here because this section is a little bit bigger. So you can see that I'm like kind of pre-planning everything in my mind so that nothing comes out unexpectedly. So, and then from there on, I'm going to work into these sections and make sure that I do a brick lay pattern, meaning that I'm not going to have 2 boxes on top of one another. Like one box is going to be in the center. So I'm probably going to have 3 right here, whereas right here I have 2. So I'm going to be using this Shea Moisture Jojoba Oil and Ucuuba Butter Laydown Lacquer, because I find that it really keeps the styles neat. So it's kind of like edge control, a little bit more thinner in consistency. It's like a mixture between a gel and edge control. All right, and so I'm gonna do the next braid. Again, applying that Laydown lacquer around the perimeter of the braid. I see that these products aren't mixing well. You see right here where they have that big glob or that tension?
Yeah, because you braid tight.
Yeah, so when you braid tight, the product lifts out. So his hair gets frizzier towards the ends because, like I said, there's different lengths in his hair. So I'm applying the Laydown lacquer more towards the ends as well. And honestly, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, these 2 products aren't mixing together, so I think I'm gonna use just the castor oil from now on. Now we're gonna do one directly in the center of where these 2 meet. Sometimes I measure on my comb to make sure that they're the same length. We have a braid right here, a braid in the center where these 2 braids meet, and then a braid right here. And I'm gonna have to tweak this size, and being that we have a part right here, I'm gonna take a piece from right here. You'll see whenever I do it. So kind of want to think out that pattern before you start. So we're at 4 braids, and as you can see, this is how you do the bricklay pattern. Like I said, 2 right here and 1 where this falls, that part right there where they meet, and then I'm gonna do 1 right here. So this is where we're at. I'm at the very back. I didn't work on this section yet. I'm not gonna finish this bottom section because this section right here might have to be a part of the back. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue down this section, and once I get to the very back, the very last braid, I'm gonna see if they have to go into one another. But this is where we are. So we're at the end, and so we want to make sure that we have a braid falling between right here. So we're gonna have 2 braids back here. Like this. So this braid's gonna fall right here. Well, this braid's gonna fall right here. So every braid's gonna be able to show. See, 1, 2, 3. Like that. This is what we have. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 braids at the top, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 braids at the bottom. And here we are with the bricklay, sideways. That is what we do. So this is our finished product that we have. This is how we do our bricklay, and I want to say we do this about every 2 weeks or so, just depending on how we how the braids wear. So do a little 360. We also do some styles with it as well, and let me know if y'all want to see that. Look at you decide to wake up, stop texting and feed me. She's really aggravated. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.
Yeah.